legends. I hope you're all fantastic. It is Monday, which normally means it is time for another Monday Q&A, but I wanted today's video to be more of a reflection on music, guitar gear, all the things we normally talk about here on the channel. And this came about because I saw two of my favorite bands and two of my favorite guitar players last week, Extreme and Living Colour, Nuno Bettencourt and Vernon Reid, and their approaches to making music and making guitar noises couldn't have been more different, but each band and each player just inspired me and made me excited about the guitar and music again. And this is really interesting because I've seen some things kind of pop up on my Instagram and on my channel here talking about each player. You know, Vernon Reid maybe using too many effects or being a bit sloppy, and then Extreme just being dad rock and people only going for nostalgia purposes, both of which I think overlook the important points about playing guitar, making guitar noises, and generally just enjoying music. I really enjoyed both bands, and they both did very different things. Living Colour actually opened, and Vernon's over there on his side of the stage with his spaceship full of just about every multi-effect pedal and pedal ever made. Sounded fantastic. He was doing his kind of sheets of sound thing, very much inspired by John Coltrane. And if you're a kind of rock player who likes 80s rock bands, you might not get that, because you go and you see someone like Nuno, who's kind of like the archetype of a gun 80s shredder. Nuno's in his mid-50s. He still looks great. He plays great. He sings great. He's running around the stage like he's in his early 20s. And his guitar sound and his playing, it's always been really, really good. But it's actually something else to behold at the moment. And very minimal setup. Just a couple of Marshalls, a few little pedals down there. Probably the most impressive part of the show was the acoustic section. They obviously did more than words, but Nuno did this seemingly improvised acoustic guitar thing that just floored everyone in the audience. It was one of those things where everybody sat down while Nuno was doing it, and then as soon as it finished, there was a standing ovation. So seeing that just kind of made me think about what I do here and the people who watch it. I did run into a few people who watched the channel at the show, which was super cool. And I got to catch up with some of my mates as well and just talk about what we enjoy about these bands. But the point is that both Nuno and Vernon were out there clearly loving what they were doing. I don't think you can fake that. I don't think you can just kind of show up and play music like that with a bad attitude, because it won't connect with the audience. And Living Colour was just like a celebration of music, and it was so fun to hear all the weird sounds Vernon was making. If anybody can make a gigantic pedal board actually work to its full potential, it's going to be Vernon Reid. But they still also kind of played for the song as well, and the emphasis was still on Corey Glover when Corey was singing. Corey, it was one of the best vocal performances I've ever seen. It was just incredible. It was so cool. And then with Extreme, it was a little bit more the Nuno show. Nuno was kind of chatting a lot between the songs, and there were obviously all the incredible guitar solos and little solo spots in there. But it was still the same kind of celebration of these songs that people had come to see. And whether you're into these bands or not is pretty much irrelevant, because I'm fairly certain that anybody watching this is going to have a favorite band or two that they would drop anything to go and see live. And to spin off all of that and this kind of rambling, ranting thing that I'm going on about is that there's really no right way to enjoy playing music or playing guitar. And guitar gear isn't some exercise in morality or anything like that. If you're somebody who really gets a kick out of plugging a Les Paul straight into a Marshall and turning it all the way up, more power to you. That is so much fun, and that can be an incredibly satisfying experience just for the sheer thrill of it, for your kind of artistic integrity that you enjoy making a lot of noise with the minimal number of tools. That's an aesthetic that I can get behind, and people have made some great music with. On the flip side, pedals, racks, guitars, gear, it's super fun to play with, whether you have an artistic goal or not with it. sometimes you can just revel in the beauty of weird noises and the fact that as human beings, sound does something to us and it can make us feel things. It can transport us back in time. It can transport us into the future as well with some of the sounds that you hear out there. There's so many ways to enjoy that, and solely viewing it through the lens of good, bad, art, not art, fun, not fun, kind of misses the point, you know? Having a lot of fun playing music is something that has brought me a lot of joy and fulfillment in my life. But I also understand that people make music for different reasons, and people play guitar. Sometimes they may not even love the sound of the guitar. Think of somebody like Alan Holdsworth, who was very much a visionary on the instrument. Alan wanted to play saxophone, didn't even really like the sound of the guitar. And now we all kind of hang out trying to make Holdsworth guitar sounds because it's such an iconic thing. So yeah. What's the point of this video? The point is, I like making guitar noises. You like making guitar noises. Never apologize about that. And sometimes the kind of discourse, especially on YouTube, because, you know, it's Monday, I check the time on my phone and I go, oh, I'm going to make a Monday Q&A video because that's what I do. I make content. I scream into the void and hope that some people actually watch the video. Is that sometimes for me, you can kind of get sidetracked with what's the next cool thing that I need to show people? What's the spicy take that I need to kind of pick apart? What has somebody else done? How many views did somebody else get on their video about, you know, this topic? Sometimes it's just kind of nice to acknowledge that I'm pretty lucky to get the chance to do this, that music's pretty awesome, and guitar noises are a great way to spend your time. And having said that, go and make some guitar noises today, in whatever way you like, and try to enjoy the process. Normally, enjoying the process can lead to some fun artistic things. Having fun doing artistic things can lead to a pretty enjoyable process most of the time. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I'm going to drink the rest of my tea and then pick up my guitar and make some noise. Take it easy.